Do you ever think about how you ended up here tonight? In this place, at this time? Of all the years in history, all the towns in the world, we landed here. I'm still wondering why we're here. But according to what Paul said in Acts, it's no accident. God chose the exact times and places where we would live. Which means, maybe it's not random that you're sitting in that chair, or that we are here trying to make sense of it all. We think our lives are a series of coincidences. The job we have, the house we moved into, the random encounter in a supermarket queue, but maybe it's all part of a bigger map. A map drawn by a God who's a lot closer than we think. There in the supermarket, the bus stop, or the kitchen table. He's not waiting for us to climb up to him. He's already leaning in toward us. I used to think God was far away. Unexpected kindness, moments that made no sense, and in all of it, I kept bumping into grace. Just quiet reminders. A friend's message right when I needed it. A song lyric that stopped me in my tracks. A piece that made no sense at all. And suddenly I thought, maybe God's been here the whole time, not shouting but whispering, not hiding but waiting for me to notice. So now, when I hear those words, exact times and places, I picture God's hands arranging all the pieces. Mary in Nazareth, shepherds in the fields, and somehow me here. Right now. Because he still sets the scene, still pulls us closer, and maybe that's what this night is all about. Not just a story from long ago, but a reminder. God with us in this place at this time. Closer than the breath we just took. Closer than we think.
Hello, good evening. You guys are so welcome. My name is Morne and I'm one of the leaders here. And we're just going to say it's so great to have you here. If you're visiting us this morning, or this evening rather, you're so welcome. We love having you with us. Before we get going, Duncan did this at the beginning, but we can do it again. Won't you say hello to the person behind you, in front of you, next to you? Just give them a pat or introduction or something. You can wave to them. That's good. Well, fantastic. Well, I'm just going to take a few minutes this evening just to talk to you a little bit about this theme that we've been looking at. God is closer than you think. You know, Mary, Jesus was right there. God was right there. The shepherds, they had no idea, just sort of, maybe a little while down the road, they were the Messiah they'd been waiting for. They had no idea that he was born. And they were going about their lives, and the next minute something dramatic is happening, and they had no idea that God was close to them. God's close to them. And in this video we just watched now, it's like the contention is that no matter what's going on in your life, or how busy we are, that God is actually close to you. Much closer to you than you realize. Whether you're a Jesus person or not a Jesus person, not even sure what you think about God or believe that, the contention is that God is actually much closer to you than you think. And there's a Bible passage I'd like to read to you briefly, which kind of explores this a little bit with you. And we'll come up here. There it is. It says this in Acts. It's a book in the Bible, and it says this: He is the God who made the whole world and everything in it. He is the Lord of the land and the sky. He does not live in temples built by human hands. He is the one who gives people life and breath and everything else they need. He does not need any help from them. Wow. He has everything he needs. God began by making one man, and from him, he made all the different people who live everywhere in the world. He decided, this is what we had earlier, he decided exactly when and where they would live, right? God, and I love this bit, God wanted people to look for him, and perhaps in searching all around for him, they would find him. But he is not far from any of us. But he is not far from any of us. And this is like the contention here. It's like, actually, no matter what's happening in your life, Christian or non-Christian or whatever you are, it's like God is not far from any one of us. And I don't know if you've had this experience before. Have you had this experience before where you go about your life and then you bump into somebody that you know, maybe from years past, or just, but it's like in the most random place. I mean, it's not like you would expect to bump in. Like, it's just like, how did you meet this person in this moment in another part of the world or something like that? Has that happened to anybody before, where you like bump into somebody? Well, a few years ago, we had this experience where we decided we're going to go to Scotland, go on holiday in Scotland there, and we were just sort of camping at the foot of Ben Nevis. I think it will come up on the slide. There we go. Has anybody kind of walked Ben Nevis yet? Gone to the top? Some of you crazies, okay, yes. So we're camping there, and so we're all happy, and we decided, somebody came up with a bright idea, we should go and do the hike up to the top of Ben Nevis, okay? It's the highest mountain. I'm not sure if we can call it a mountain. Can we call it a mountain in the UK? Is that right? Okay, so I better not get into trouble with you guys. And so we set up 5 o'clock in the morning, like the four of us, my wife and our 2 kids, and the dog, and so we set up 5 o'clock. It's kind of, early morning. It's kind of darkish, just getting. Anyway, so we're cruising on, and we're going on about 2 hours into the trip. We're up there, and we get to the section where, if you've been up Ben Nevis, it gets to a place where it's just rocky and shale, and it's like there's no greenery anywhere. And Scotland's supposed to be like wet, right? And cold. No, not on this occasion. It was the best weather. It was blue skies, not a breath of wind. It is super hot. We are tired. We are like knackered. And anyway, we're going about it. And at one point, while we're walking on these zigzags, if you can see those zigzags on the far where the greenery bit is, we're walking around there. And my wife says, I recognize a voice. Of all the places in the world, I'm like, what do you mean recognizing a voice? And to cut a long story short, what happened was there were people that were living in Christchurch, that is my son's sort of school in his class. They were 50 meters, 50 yards sort of behind us, walking up the same place in the same moment. Of all the places in the world, here they are with us. And so anyway, for the next couple of hours, we kind of spent time with them and so on. But how about that? Of all the places in the world, there was somebody that was with us and we had no idea, right? You know what I mean? And this year we had another experience. It was great. We had opportunity to go skiing, and we're up in the Alps somewhere. And anyway, I get separated from the group because my legs are killing me, and I need to just sit somewhere in the restaurant over there, sort of hanging around for about 20 minutes, just away from everybody and just catching my breath and so on. And anyway, I'm sitting there admiring the view and just chilling all by myself for like 20 minutes or so, and somebody walks up to me. Hi, Morne. And I'm like, I don't recognize their voice or their face, right? And I'm quite good at faces. And I'm like, I don't know, who's this person? And it's like, they know my name as well. And I'm like, hi, like, hello, who are you? And this person's like, oh yeah, I've actually been to your church before. And I'm like, oh my God, now I'm feeling embarrassed, right? Of all the places in the whole world, yes, somebody who's come to visit the church before, I've not actually met them or seen them, and they come and introduce themselves to me. On the Alps in the middle of nowhere, hey, Morne, somebody was watching me for 20 minutes. Do you know that? While I was sort of sitting there relaxing and chilling and catching my breath, they were watching me, like checking my eyes, checking me out, like working out, do I know this guy? And what's it? So anyway, we end up having a hot chocolate, and I had to remortgage after that because it's so expensive. But it's interesting, isn't it? Like, isn't it a bit like this? Sometimes we go about our lives, we do our things, we just go on, and guess what? Somebody is seeing you. Somebody knows you, somebody that is in your vicinity. And God is like that. Like, we just go about our lives, and God is actually right there, right here, right now, in this place. And did you know, there's some of you sitting here right now, you have no idea, but there's a present under your chair. Did you know that? So if you scurry around underneath your chair, you have to go right in the middle, scratch around under your chairs you should have a card. You'll see like a little card that looks like that. You should have a number on there, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Have a look. In the first service, we lost 2 because people didn't find them, just so you know. If you got it, lift up your hand. Have you got it? Anybody? You just put your hand underneath and it should be there. Have a look, have a scratch. I think it might be one over there. Yeah, I won't give away. Has anybody found a card? So funny. Okay, we got 1 over there, yay! And 2. Well, you guys come on forward here. If you got your card, bring it here so long. Let's see. Oh, wow, you guys are desperate over there. Well, number 1. Hello. What's your name?
Margaret.
Margaret, I've got your gift for you over here. Hang on. This is like a really cool one. So enjoy that, okay?
Yeah.
Bless you, okay? Have fun. Oh, Deb. Deb, number 3. Deb, I've got one for you over here. There we go.
Thank you.
It feels heavy, this one. What do you think is in there?
It's after 8.
After 8, excellent. Anybody else?
Correct.
Anybody? You can't find it? Okay, you got it? Yay, come on up here. Right, what number did you have? What's that? 5. Oh.
Thank you very much.
What's your name? Samson. Great, Samson. Great to have you. Anybody else? No? Who wants a present? Anybody over here? Okay, a lady right at the back there. Won't you come on up here? Or Duncan, we did take it to her. Right to the back. And then, have we had anybody from this side over here? Oh, Luke, come on, here we go. Yeah, you go, young man. Enjoy it. Fantastic. It was much harder than it was supposed to be to give out these gifts, I say. But you know, it's really interesting, this thing about God being very closer than you realize. There's many examples in the Bible that this actually is the case. And there's this one example which is thousands of years old, this story. And it's about this woman, and her name is Hagar. And it's a very sad story in one way, but what happens is she's basically confused, she's alone, she's lost. What happened was she basically became pregnant with the master's. So the master is her child, is the father of her child to be. She's pregnant, and then of course her name's Abraham. If you know anything about the Bible or the story, and then Abraham had a wife. And she was really angry with Hagar about this as well. It's a messed up story, right? It's awkward. Can you imagine the family situation where this is like all happening, okay? And what she does is, as a result, is she runs off, and in her confusion and in her desperation and hopelessness, she runs off to another place. And you would think she finds herself at like a well or a bit of water, and it's almost like, who's going to find her in that place? Who's going to find you in your place where you might be? Where my life seems confused and so on. And when she encounters God, she calls this moment like this, and this is how she describes it. She says this: so she called the name of the Lord who spoke to her at this place in the well. You are a God of seeing, for she said, truly here I have seen him who looks after me. That was great, isn't it? It's like there's these moments, what happens is in the Bible where we have these moments where God is the God that sees you. He's close to you. This is what Christmas is about. It's a God, it's Emmanuel. God steps right in towards you and I, in our circumstances, in our places, in our world, and he sees you, he knows you. And you know, it's interesting. This season coming up is going to be lots of activities is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, right? There's going to be children, I can guarantee you now, depending on what sort of, particularly in the first service there was lots of kids in here, it was chaos, just so you know. This is so quiet, it's almost like I don't know what to do with myself, it's so calm in here. But there's going to be children this season. They're going to open up their gifts, and there's going to be screaming and laughter. There's going to be crying at some point because they didn't get what they wanted, right? You know the story. Maybe I might be crying as well. I don't know. You know, there's all these activities. Like somebody's turkey is going to be very dry over this season, right? Somebody's going to burn something. And I hope it's like the Brussels sprouts. Do you know what I mean? I just, yeah. Right? Somebody's gonna fall asleep in front of the TV at some point because they're like nice and fat and full and so on. You know, somebody's gonna be forced to go for a walk out in the afternoon and like, would I really have to go? I just want to watch some Netflix and so on, right? It's gonna be all of these activities. And emotions, some of us might feel really sad because, you know what, I have to go visit a family member in hospital or remember a family member that's no longer with us. It's like all of this activity is going on. But Christmas is this. God is closer to you than you think. In all of those moments, in the highs and the lows and the chaos and in the happy moments and the joy and in all the kind of stuff that's happening, this Christmas, this is what it's about. God is close to you. Right there with you. And our prayer and hope that this season for you is that if you're not really a God person, Jesus person, that maybe, this is what the Bible says, that you will find him, you'll reach out for him. Just maybe remember at some point in the thing, he's actually here. And if you find him, you hold on to him forever and never let go of this God who is close to us. Amen?